Hi, my name is Fabian Stein, and I am glad today to sit with Carl Hendricks. And Carl Hendricks is the author of One Team, One Dream. And he's giving us some beautiful insights on leadership, and he's comparing it with the Formula One concept. Carl Hendricks, we are so glad that we could have read your book on One Team, One Dream. Congratulations, you launched it last year.
Thank you.
And it is exciting and powerful concepts that you're sharing.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your book?
Yeah, let's talk about the concept first. The concept is based on the Formula One, and really the focus point is the pit stop.
Okay.
How quick a vehicle comes into the pit stop and in less than 1.85 seconds leave the pit stop. That speaks about teamwork.
Okay.
You can never get your vehicle so quick out. Well, that's where the concept really birthed from the F1. Yeah.
Okay, right here in front of me, I am also glad to say that we have your workbook. And there's a few things here that I picked up, and I would like to ask you some questions. The first thing that I see here, I would like to ask you, how do you know that you have the right team?
Yeah, it's a brilliant question. You know what? You may have the biggest dream and vision,
Okay.
but a bad team, you will not be able to accomplish that vision or dream. So the best thing to do is to do a test on them, a quick test. And so what I do in workshops, I run, there's about 20 bad characteristics of teams.
Okay.
So that's the best way to identify a bad team.
Okay.
So in short, you need to run a quick test to see if you have
Which
a good,
kind of team
what
you
type of team you do
Okay.
have. Yeah.
Okay, I picked it up here, and I see it is based on low performance teams or bad teams.
Yes.
And the interesting one here that I would like us maybe to look into is a competing team. Can
Yes.
you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. A competing team, can you imagine that instead of focusing on the ultimate goal, instead of working on the ultimate goal, the team members rather compete against one another?
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with competing in general,
Yes.
but not against one another
As
as
a
a
team.
stake, as a team, as a stake of the bigger picture. Like if in an F1 concept, if you look at everyone, there's 3 guys per tire. Everyone just need to focus on what they do.
Okay.
So they don't have to compete against one another. It's focus driven. So competing teams drag the bigger vision. Yeah.
Okay, another interesting one here that I think a lot of people would be interested in is the fear of conflict team.
Yes. So, can you imagine the boardroom atmosphere? It could be any type of team, but can you imagine the boardroom atmosphere? You're there with your team members and you're your team leader, and or HOD for whatever function you have, or the managing director, and you're working with the team, but you're scared to address certain issues.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
you're scared for
Yes.
conflict, because there's always somebody in the team
Yes.
that will most probably sit there, most probably upset, and make that so visible
Yeah.
that you are scared to go in a certain arena because you're scared that it will rise conflict. But conflict is really healthy, and it's important to have conflict. But the fear of conflict is like you will never address certain issues if you don't get to the conflict, and people rather avoid conflict
Yes.
at the cost of the bigger dream or the vision.
Oh, okay, very
Yeah.
interesting. And then another one that I've never ever heard, and I think this is interesting, the dagger team.
The dagger team, you know, dagger teams are more in family atmospheres or
Okay.
on jealousy,
Yeah.
and you'll never think that it's just on teamwork. That people agree that they will work together,
Yeah.
they will accomplish a common goal, but the minute they leave the boardroom, they take the dagger out and push it as deep as possible into one another's backs. It could be the director, or it could be the CEO of the organization that wants to steer the organization in a specific direction.
Okay.
But instead of working together,
Yeah.
they kind of say stuff behind one another's back.
Okay.
And that's where the dagger team comes from. You know,
Okay,
they
which is
destroy
not good.
one another, and in essence, the bigger team will crumble at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing that is important that I picked up, I thought as a team, we have to be aggressive.
Yes.
But I come to find you mention it as a low performance team or a
Yes.
bad team.
Yes.
Can you maybe just give us more on that?
Yeah, the word to be aggressive, there's really nothing wrong with it, because most cholerics are very aggressive people, but aggressive towards the subject, not towards one another.
Okay.
So what some people will do, let me give you a typical example. Let's say you run a banquet,
Okay.
and there's a specific person that's responsible for, let's say, the centerpieces of the banquet.
Okay.
And So we run what we call a WIN. It's part of the teamwork. The W stands for worthy of praise. So then we praise everyone for what happened and how successful the banquet was. And then the I stands for improvement. And the minute you get to certain things, and you will most probably address the individual that was responsible for the centerpieces. So you notice on that day there was no centerpieces, and the person agreed that they will place the centerpieces there. And instead of the person just simply say, you know what, I'm sorry, it will never happen again, I let the team down, they get aggressive in it. So there's some form of aggressiveness. They raise their voice, and that is equal to low, the right word is low EQ. So which means they don't know how to act in social environment. The emotional intelligence is surely low. So they're aggressive, and when they're aggressive, everyone goes on their back foot. So that is also one of the type of people that you can identify in teams.
Well, thank you so much. I must tell you, I think this is going to be a great help to a lot of leaders and their teams. Beautiful insights, and we're looking forward to build strong teams and to achieve great goals. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.